Hi everyone, it's me, Robert, and I thought I would just do a little update. I had to take a break. I got kind of frustrated. I'm shooting a video for a new pattern and I got a little frustrated. So I decided that I'll just stop for a few minutes. I had lunch and I'm like, I really need to update you on what's going on. It has been going on with me for the last year. So first off, I finally found another full-time teaching job. So that's really great, and it's at the same school that I've been an aide at. So I will be bringing some of my sewing experience there along with cooking experience to teach a series of life planning, life skills classes. So it's full-time, and I'm very happy to be doing that in the fall. So before that, I had interviewed at another school for an art teacher position, which I was actually told that I had the job, and then 2 weeks later they kind of rescinded that offer. So it left kind of a sour taste in my mouth. But I was so lucky at the school that I'm already at had an opening, and I'm really happy that I'm staying there because the commute is only 20 minutes. So I'm happy about that. So that part of my life is like getting squared away, which is great. Business wise though, last month, it was about, I think last month, my .com was down and I didn't know it because WordPress did not charge my card. I've always had it on automatic payment. My card was good. They did send me messages, which they kept telling me when I finally got a hold of somebody, but they never answered why they didn't charge my card. So I've had it on automatic payments. There's nothing wrong with my card. It's not expired. And it took me about 3 days after I found out that it was down to get it back, and I had to pay a lot of money to get it back. I mean, it's crazy. So I don't have a business plan with WordPress, so I power my site through Shopify, but I bought my URL through WordPress a very long time ago. And so they still own the .com, the Sew It Like a Man part, so I pay them every year for the URL. So I think what I'm going to try to do is transfer it to another hosting provider or website place like GoDaddy or something, because when you don't pay WordPress, you can't get in to do anything. And it was really beyond their backup time or whatever. I don't know what the situation is, but you have to go into their open forums to try to get a hold of somebody. And finally I yelled loud enough, and of course they gave me grief about that, and whatever was that their situation. Anyway, so I got it back, but it really killed sales. So if you're watching this and you're afraid to buy on Shopify, there's nothing wrong there now. It's just I think I lost some of my search results because I've been selling online for quite a while. I'm up there in the search results on Google, and that's where I get a lot of my traffic, and also here from YouTube. So thank you for going from YouTube to buy my products. I think now there's a scroll down at the bottom where I have products down there where you can just click on the product as it's scrolling by. So that's really great. The other thing I should mention to my YouTubers, I really want to thank you for subscribing. I have over 10,000 followers now. I'm heading on into 11,000, so that's pretty amazing for me. Because I don't upload regularly, as you know, and I'm trying to figure out how I can do it so that I can upload more. I just had so much going on here is that I was being pulled in a lot of different directions outside of this business. So now that my life is going to kind of normalize with a regular teaching job, I think that I might be able to do something regularly weekly, maybe like a Friday night spin down or something, and figure out how to do live YouTubes. But it's just me, so I don't have anybody running a computer, so that if you have questions coming in, I don't really know what I'm doing, so I've got to find somebody to help me figure that out. So maybe I can do a Friday night spin down starting in the fall. So I have released a couple new patterns. You should see I have, well, what's it called? It's up on my board over here. I have a sleep tank and a sleep short, and they're paired together. So it's two patterns basically in one. It's still $10 for the two. The difference between those is there is no finishing on them, so there are no turn allowances or hem allowances. There are seam allowances, but I just finished the edges with an overlock. So very quick and easy things to make, and I consider them sleep because there's not a lot of seams to them, and they're made a little bit oversized. So I have some other patterns coming out. I have a wrestling brief, and I have, what am I working on now? I have what I'm calling a slim brief, which I'm working on now. I'm not too sure when this will be coming out because this is more of a monster. It's 3 views, which can be used as a swim brief and as underwear. So look for that. This is the 2nd of June, so June 23. So look somewhere around toward the middle of June, you might get that pattern. But coming out hopefully after this weekend, the wrestling brief, and then something I'm calling the stealth brief. And I have no idea where these names come from. I just like pull them out of my head. What am I going to call this? I don't know. I'll call it stealth. And I don't know why it's called stealth, but it's a smaller little bikini brief pattern. So I don't really know what else to tell you. It's just that I've been going back and forth with doing a lot of different types of videos and trying to figure things out. I recently lost my one of my hard drives died, and I am able to get the data recovered. Thank God it wasn't any of my pattern stuff. It was all the actual apparel arts stuff that I was doing. So I am planning to do a 3rd level of those sewing samples. So all of that is on that drive. So I did a scan and I can get the data back. I just need to pay like $100 to be able to use the program so it will actually recover. So I'm actually using more machines in my videos. So now I'm actually using the cover stitch instead of doing a zigzag stitch. So I know I had some comments from quite a few viewers that they want to see me using the cover stitch, and I talk you through in a couple of videos. I talk through the cover stitch. I use the Janome Cover Pro 1000, and I'm probably going to be doing a couple more videos about that machine specifically. Of course, I have all industrial machines as well, which I'm thinking of like adding some more handmade stuff, but I do need to update the website so to handle those, because I'm not sure you remember that I have some handmade stuff. It just may not be to your liking. So I really appreciate you subscribing to the channel. Encourage your friends to if they want to learn to sew. You can always go into the Apparel Arts playlist, and I basically just do sewing sample videos of how to use your machine and how to do specific sewing treatments. So that's a great one. Again, my Sew It Like a Man patterns are predominantly knitwear. I think after these next few releases that I'm doing in June, I'm going to try to switch over to wovens. So we'll be using regular sewing machines and doing regular apparel with woven fabric in some of my upcoming patterns. I am planning to do more patterns for my Leslie Ann sewing pattern label, which is women's wear. So I'm probably going to do a couple more knit things there, and then do some lightweight wovens. So that's kind of what's been going on. I may be taking some questions off of Instagram for some of the Friday night spin downs. I guess I'm going to call it that. I don't know. Just at the end of the week kind of videos. So if you have any questions, I'll try to monitor your comments down below, but always get me on Instagram at robertjosephsewing, and that's where I'm at there. So thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Can I say that again? Thank you for subscribing, and as always, be well.